Hey folks, welcome back to Cats and Kilos. Bless you, little Max. Why am I here in a gi tonight instead of our usual attire? Because we are going to talk about fighting and your ability to fight. Let's see if you can actually fight. Why are we here with Max? Because this guy is one of the best pound per pound fighters I have ever seen. For his weight, you would not believe what he can do. Anyway, this video was kind of inspired in a way by Henry Gracie's video in which he talked about the boy belts. And what he said was,
every 10 years of youth and every 20 pounds of weight equals one belt advantage. So if you're sparring with someone who's 20 years younger and 40 pounds heavier, that's 4 belt advantages you're giving up the moment you bump fists.
Interesting. Jiu-jitsu guy of that caliber understands that weight is obviously a factor, and so is age. So I thought, is there a formula that we can use to kind of try to predict how well somebody would do in a street fight? I think there is. And I broke it down to just 3 different criteria. It's going to be related to your fighting ability, your body weight, and your vertical jump. Vertical jump, you'll see why in a minute. So fighting ability, this is probably going to be the most difficult one to judge because everybody thinks that they can fight probably better than they can. There you are, you've been involved in a martial art in which you don't really have any full contact experience, and you've learned all the katas, and you've gone to school and you've earned your black belt, and you're a little bit older. You really don't want to spar with the younger people because it's a little bit uncomfortable, they can get out of hand, and yet you still think you would do really well in a fight. So even though you have a black belt, on a 1 to 10 rating, you can't give yourself a 10 in fighting ability. Your fighting ability is probably not near a 10. The next thing is going to be body weight. Body weight does make a difference. So we broke it down into these 10 different categories with these 15-pound increments, and we've got a minimal and a maximum weight beyond which you would give yourself either a 1 or a 10 respectively. And finally, vertical jump. Why vertical jump? Because this is one of the easiest ways to predict somebody's overall explosiveness. So somebody could be really heavy. They could be 220 pounds, but they might just not have any muscle on them at all. They can barely get around, maybe they're 370 pounds, or 600 pounds, right? That doesn't mean that they're going to do well in a fight. They can barely get off their bed. Their vertical jump is going to probably be 0. So this is going to balance out the body weight category. In fact, it's going to expand on it, meaning that if you're heavier and yet you still have a really good vertical jump and you're explosive, an explosive heavy person is going to be really hard to deal with regardless of fighting ability. Those are the categories. So how do we determine finally if you can fight? All you do is you add your score from 1 to 10 in each of these 3 different categories, and it will give you a number, a maximum of 30, which would be very hard to achieve. That would mean that you would have to be over 220 pounds, be able to vertical jump more than 33 inches, and have a 10 out of 10 rating for fighting ability. That's, if you are that person, you might be this guy. I know some of you are not going to like this at all. You're going to apply this to yourself and think, oh, this cannot be right. It's right. My skills are so good, it's going to overcome my weight deficit to a point. So we got the boy belts and we've got the cake off now. This general formula of how you would do in a fight. Please feel free to post below. Let's see if you think I left something out. Is this pretty good, you think? Do you disagree with it? What do you think? So please give me your comments. I'll respond to constructive feedback. And that is it for tonight. Have a great evening. We will see you next time.